Well, I had to come to Vancouver for some work, and Gabe and I just decided, you know what, let's make a long trip of it. Come to Gambier as well, and I'm going to finish siding off the shed and kind of cut the grass because every spring it's crazy. So we're going to have to cut the grass, get everything down, and then kind of assess the situation for potentially listing this place. So getting everything kind of ship-shape, maybe thinking about moving the mill, trying to sell all the lumber I've got, and it's definitely this heart tug. It's not like a final decision. So yeah, we're back and forth, flip-flopping in my head over whether it's a good plan or not. But anyway, it's a beautiful, beautiful forecast. So I think we're going to be gonna have a good time over here. All right, so got the siding on the front, the side, the front finished. All the angle cuts, so not the simplest. And this side done. Actually kind of screwed up direction here in my haste. It's supposed to be going with the aluminum, but oh well. So I just got the back side to do now, and yeah, feels good to get this part wrapped. My meta look. It's kind of fun, right? Beauties of life on the island. If you don't like surprises, it's not the place to be. But me and Gabe were having breakfast this morning, and Gord, who's the guy who rented me all the machines to clear this land, great guy, comes up on his motorcycle, says, "I got a truck going to Courtney. You want to take your mill?" So I got a pivot now. I was going to mill up these cedars, but now I got a pivot because he's giving me a smoking deal of $500. And I don't have to take it completely apart. I just take it in two pieces, and he's going to bring his crane truck up here. So now I'm going to take these apart in two big sections, and it's way less work on the other end because I don't have to put this whole thing together again, which is fabulous. So yeah, kind of pushed into a decision there. Mill is leaving the island and going to Courtney. So yeah, that's the way it goes over here. Here we go. Mill's going on a trip. There she goes. Quicker than taking it all apart, I can tell you that much. It feels like the end of something big, you know, getting this mill out of here. And the beginning of something new, maybe. Well, that was just a stroke of luck because I happened to be here. He happened to have a truck going to the island, the other island, and literally 6 bolts, boom. Take it off with my forks at the other end. It's like, this took me 2 days to set up. It's going to take me about 6 hours once I've got once I got my sleepers in place on the other end. That thing will go on there and be ready to go in like an hour. Pretty cool. Nice. Okay, I'm in pain. What, we're on accent number 4 since we've been here. What did I do? Shot a nail through my foot, sprained my ankle, hurt my elbow. And then over on Gambier this weekend, my good friend over there said, "Hey, I got a hydrofoil board. One of those surfboards that comes out of the water. Want to have a go?" I'm like, "Sure." Well, there's a huge carbon fiber fin under the water, pretty heavy duty. That is the foil. He said, just stay on your knees. Don't worry about standing up. So I get out there and I'm like, this feels pretty simple. So I stand up. I try to stand up and I hit the trigger a little hard and it starts to rise right up out of the water, two feet out. But you have no perception of how far you are from the water. And your brain says, we're flying. This doesn't feel right. Get down. So I let go of the trigger and I dropped like a stone. And of course, it threw me off the board. Well, what you're supposed to do is go with the board. So if the board's going this way, you want to go with the board, because if the board's tilting this way, the fin is coming up this way, the keel. But everything in your brain says, center yourself, keep up center. So you actually end up falling this way. And I fell with my full body weight onto the fin that was sticking up, this carbon fiber, razor sharp fin. And immediately knew I'd hurt myself. Thankfully I was wearing a life jacket, otherwise I would have punctured a lung for sure. Lay there in the water, got back on the board, did another hour or 45 minutes on my knees, which probably wasn't good. I could barely get back on the boat, and it's gotten progressively worse to the point where to get out of bed this morning, I had to ask Tara to like literally kind of spoon me and be my core, because anything that uses your core is like dagger. It reminds me of when I ruptured my spleen. I got big stitches up my chest here. When they sat me up on the x-ray table, it literally felt like someone was diving a knife in and twisting it. I got a pretty high pain threshold, and I was whimpering last night in pain. So it really sucks. You know, I'm like, I've got to stop thinking I'm 25 years old and be able, taking these risks. So it does stay, I read up on it, it says it heals itself. There's no surgery. You got to keep heavy breathing as much as possible to keep the cavity big and keep active. So I'm going to keep active, but I cannot lift, pull, or push anything without it shooting, like triggering pains down my core. And apparently it takes 6 weeks to heal, which is painful for me to wrap my head around with all of the stuff I've got going on here and the sunny weather that's on our side. Oh, you cannot turn back the clock. You can sure learn from the past. I hope I've learned. It's just life, right? It just happens. You're mountain biking, you can have a crash. But the recovery time is like bloody hell. So anyway, that's where I'm at right now. And as you saw, it was a real surprise, but the mill got loaded up onto a truck, and it's coming here to Courtney, and I just got a call this morning saying I'll be there in half an hour. So I got to try and get the tractor, get the forks on the tractor, get Tara to help me put the forks on, and we got to take this mill off, and I got to try and do it with a broken rib. So I'm excited to have the mill here. Don't know where I'm going to put it, so we'll just plonk it over there for now and sit on it for a bit. So anyway, never a dull moment. There we are, mill in Courtney. Trying to do the jobs that my ribs can handle, so we're painting the girl. We're turning it from this to this, which is the same color as the inside. It's a lot of cutting, but it really accentuates the metal. It's what's that phrase, polishing shit? It's an older, but it'll look good. It'll give a bit more Zappo on the side of the road, hopefully make people stop.